is our focus. Big statement by the top law officer of the government in the Supreme Court of India that the union government is ready for polls anytime in the region of Jammu and Kashmir. The union government has also said that creating UT was a temporary phenomena, is a temporary phenomena. There are multiple efforts and initiatives on the development front which are being undertaken in the territory right now. And all these efforts are in the direction of creating a better and a stable environment. Mr. Kavinder Gupta, who is the former Deputy Chief Minister of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, is also joining us on the broadcast. Kavinder ji, namaskar. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एक बड़ा बयान दिया है सरकार ने. उनका कहना है कि जब भी इलेक्शन कमीशन कहेगा वो तैयार है चुनाव करवाने के लिए.
देखिए, माननीय गृह मंत्री, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा है कि जम्मू कश्मीर में जो माहौल है वो साजगार है. उस डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस भी कंप्लीट हो चुका है
जी.
और खास करके जब भी इलेक्शन करवाना कोई चाहे तो ये इलेक्शन कमीशन का प्रेरोगेटिव है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी उसके लिए तैयार है. उस लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था की मांग भी हम करते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कि यूटी बनाना इसलिए जरूरी था, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का सेंटर के हाथ में रहे, क्योंकि उसके कारण से बहुत से ऐसे कुरीतियां आई थी, उससे बहुत मुश्किलात आई थी, जिसके कारण से मिलिटेंट्स के जो रिश्तेदार थे उनको भी कहीं पुलिस में, सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस में रखा गया था. इन सभी विषयों को लेकर के तो मुझे लगता है सरकार की तैयारी है. तो जब भी इलेक्शन होते हैं तैयार है. ये हल्फनामा जारी कर दिया गया है.
Mohit Bhan from the PDP is also joining us on the broadcast. So the latest update is what Solicitor General is saying. I'm quoting him. I'm unable to give an exact time period for the conversion to full statehood. But Union Territory is only a temporary phenomena. Only in Jan 2022, 1.8 crore tourists visited. And in 2023, 1 crore tourists have already been there. These are steps which are being undertaken to restore normalcy. And to put that into perspective, in principle, in line with what the Union Home Minister had said, Mohit Bhan, the top law officer of the government has asserted before the court that, look, we can conduct elections whenever it's necessary, whenever the Election Commission advises it. But I believe so far with whatever has been said, they are unable to give an exact time period for the conversion to full statehood. Your thoughts on this?
See, in the first place, what the Honorable Supreme Court had asked the Solicitor General was to give a time frame on the statehood, which they have failed again. Once again, they are quoting, the number of tourists visiting, and in lieu of that, then once again derailing the entire process and not telling the exact position to the Honorable Court. The second thing, as far as elections are concerned, see, we are not fighting a battle for conducting the elections in Jammu and Kashmir. What the case is in Supreme Court is for that what has been illegally and unconstitutionally abrogated on 5th August 2019, we have to, argue that, and we have to get a judgment on that. So elections
but
and non-elections are not part
Mohit
of it. And
I'll tell you why it becomes important. I'll tell you why it becomes important. Legally speaking, the manner in which the statehood was taken away from Jammu and Kashmir and the manner in which Article 370 had watered down has a direct relationship to the federal structure, because you cannot do away with the federal structure in this sense. Now, the elections are core to the idea of federalism, the state elections, and in order for Jammu and Kashmir to get any degree of autonomy back, whether to the position of 370 or whether like ordinary state in India, elections are core to that process, and that is why the conversation around elections become all the more important.
See, elections and the electoral process is just a part of democracy in the federal structure. The democracy has to be restored at all in Jammu and Kashmir. It has to be restored in true sense. The people, the freedom of expression has to be there.
Yes.
The way the journalists are being booked to speak just a single news piece against the LG administration or against anything which is happening, they are sent to jails and their newspapers are being banned. So in all this atmosphere, if you saw yesterday, day before yesterday, Supreme Court taking a cognizance of the matter that somebody appeared in the Supreme Court for arguing 370 and he was suspended. And the Supreme Court directed SG to look into that matter. So in all this, just blowing the drums about the democracy and not exactly restoring the democracy, only using the tools for restoring the democracy is not going to work. So in the first place, first of all, they have to restore the confidence of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They have to win the hearts and minds of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Then only the question of democracy
You have all the right to make all of those arguments, and that has been the position of the PDP. Now it's my job to put the arguments of what the union government has told the Supreme Court. They are on record. The Solicitor General has said this. Development is happening. New funds are being injected into the state. The number of tourists have gone up. Stone pelting instances have come down. Terror activities have come down. And this is all in line with the larger idea of integration of Jammu and Kashmir with India, and more importantly, making sure that there is peace, normalcy in the valley. So their argument is, you might be looking at it from a different point of view, but their point of view is that as long as people are free to do what they want to do. They were talking about cinema halls that have opened in the valley right now. They were not allowed. The manner in which development activities are taking place, all of that is a sign that the union government is working in the direction of normalcy. Mohitji.
Sure. See, you're talking about the development as if Jammu and Kashmir never had seen development before 5th August 2019. Let me put the facts in front of you. 74 international or national companies were working in Jammu and Kashmir before 5th August 2019. Name me one company, one new multinational company which has come to Jammu and Kashmir and started operations post 5th August 2019. Only talking of these developmental things on paper does not work. See, roads were pehle bhi ban rahe the, road, bridges, they were already there. Medical colleges, we on 12 indexes. Jammu and Kashmir was far better than the national average, far better than Gujarat, UP, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. So don't give us this gyan on that, after 5th August that everything has changed. There is some magic wand which has been applied to Jammu and Kashmir and everything has changed, and Jammu and Kashmir had seen nothing. So all this is good for people who have never visited Jammu and Kashmir or who don't have the data on Jammu and Kashmir. We are part and parcel of Jammu and Kashmir. We have seen what has happened in past 70, 75 years in Jammu and Kashmir.
I'll come back to you. Come back to you. I want you to stay with us on the broadcast, Mohitji. Ifra Jan of the NC is also joining us on the broadcast. Ifra ji, good morning. Thank you so much for speaking with us. There is a notional commitment that has been given to the Supreme Court of India that elections can be held any time in the region of Jammu and Kashmir, and the restoration of a statehood is a promise to which the central government is obliged to, is committed to. It's a call that the EC will have to take. The moot argument that the union government has made is that development is our key promise. There is no timeline that has been given so far on the elections to be conducted, but the centre is committed to restoring statehood. Your thoughts on these developments?
I think this is exactly what the Chief Justice of India pointed out, that we know that you've made these promises. The BJP has been making many promises to the people of India also on Vikas, on these many jobs, on this and that. But the question is, what is the timeline for these promises to be fulfilled? We've been hearing for past 9 years that we will have elections anytime soon. We will have elections anytime soon. And 9 years, I tell you, is a very, very long time.
Why are you saying 9 years? The special status was not abrogated 9 years ago.
If I would tell you, 9 years back is when we had the last state assembly election. The last election that we had was in 2014. So elections in Jammu and Kashmir were to be held in 2019 itself. And now